Mount Rushmore of pussies. Kelly Keegs, Beanbag Ron, McFuss Daddy, King Kevin from Bristol.
We're alive.
We're alive. We're back with some Tuesday Night Delight. It's Mount Rushkirk or Mount Kirkmore, I think as Freddie Lynn wanted us to call it. I think both are great. Just change them up. Get the name out there. Tell all your friends friends and their family to come watch. But we got a good one tonight. We've got Kirk's Mount Kirkmore of Kirk's triggers. Any kind of triggers. It's kind of an interesting one. It was a little bit hard to think about, but it should be fun. What do you think, Ron?
It was, and by the way, I'll preface this by saying this was not my call, Kirk. If the 1% chance you're listening to this, I don't want you to get all riled up because, it was hard for me to do this. But, there are some on here that are, have made me laugh over the years that have been prevalent. So it'll be interesting.
We were supposed to have a guest. Everybody's favorite Sigmund Freudahan was supposed to be on with us tonight, but he'll be on in the future. But okay, before we get to the list, before we get to the Mount Kirkmore, Ron, first week with the new producers, first thoughts, what you got?
I thought it was good. It's been talked about before, other places on the network, but I think it's just, there's a little bit of like, trying to feel out like how the vibe's going to be with these two guys. I like it. I think Coleman's pretty, technically sound, obviously. Like, it sounds like he's getting more comfortable, in the studio.
Yeah.
And Gus has brought some pretty good vibes, too. And I'm just waiting for that shoe to drop where Kirk just freaks out on one of them and really, like, tests their sensitivity. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the first week was just kind of a feel-out period. But,
it was a great week of shows, I think. Yeah, I think you're pretty right on. We're just kind of seeing what everybody's going to do. Gus has come out strong, wearing the dress and going bowling.
That was unbelievable.
It was. And then we've got Surviving Barstool this week, which breaks it up a little bit, makes it a little weird, I'm sure, for the new producers. But fucking Phillies just hit a home run. What were we saying? Oh, but Surviving Barstool this week. I hope Kirk brings it down. I mean, I have no idea what they're doing. We're not really hearing a lot out of everybody. You just see maybe some of them on the streams. But it's going to be a good test to see how they handle the social media accounts and what clips they post and things like that. I think it's been going well so far.
Yeah, I do too. I was listening to Barstool Radio a little bit today. They were judging, like, Gay Pat was like judging how, the guys running and like how they look like shit. I don't know what that was about. It's all kind of a mystery. It's fucking bizarre. But I'd almost prefer to Kirk not do any shows this week because he's got such loose lips that I just don't want anything being spoiled. And
we need any little bit of. I need some information because I mean, what are they doing? Everybody's running around. I mean, Kirk, Kirk's already going to win that one. So what else do they have? What else do they have?
What? What do you mean?
I mean, what else are they going to be doing? It's like, I have no idea.
I have no idea either, but I hope it comes out. Is it supposed to come out next week? I don't know.
Dude, I have no clue. I assumed it was
no idea. Weeks. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting hearing Jeff D. Lowe as his producer.
It is. Yeah.
I know Jeff's a big fan of the show, so that's good.
Yeah. Like an hour and a half. In an hour and a half, it'll be on. They said 8:30. Breaking news. It went from 10 to 8:30 in case.
Is it going to be live on YouTube?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
So hold on. So Kirk, I know we talked about this briefly on another show on Men's Live, but Kirk did come after you on a random text. Is there any more info on that? Him saying that he has no use for you?
Well, that was going to be one of my picks potentially. But
you have to address that. That just came out. There was no context whatsoever.
No context whatsoever. I was just sitting there playing Xbox with my buddies, trying to have a nice college football Saturday. And my buddy Nathan was just like, "Hey man, like Kirk just called you out like 10 minutes ago." And I was like, "Oh, what I wonder what I did." And just goes like, "Oh, this dude absolutely sucks." I was like, I wonder what I said on the network, which probably, I mean, I'm sure I said something pretty stupid, which I mean.
Yeah, but we all have, like, I don't know, like what could it have been? I'm very curious about that. But I also told you that I almost take pride in that because we do this podcast together. So I'm like, well, it's one of my teammates that's getting this. Yeah, it's awesome. Fuck yeah,
come watch the guy that sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get better. You never know. Maybe he could buy low right now, and then we can go all the way to the top. Me,
That's a
Ron,
fact.
and whoever comes and watches because I suck.
And the fly that landed on Menner's face in that weird fucking
Yeah,
video that you fucking
come on,
posted.
Minard, you gotta wipe that off. We can't have two Mike Pence situations like that close together.
Or do multiple takes. Like, why does he? He just thought that was good, and
He
just
nailed
thought it
the
was
take. He nailed the take, and there was nothing that was gonna stop him from posting that. It didn't matter what it was.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, but he had to know that was going to be the whole fucking subject of that video.
I know. I mean, it's Australia though. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Flies going to be flies.
That's the truth. All right. Let's get
Who
into.
went first last week? I think you did, right?
No, you did. I went first week 1. You went first week 2.
All right, you can go. Yeah, all right, you're first.
I got it this
Kirk
week.
Triggers.
For my number 1 for Kirk Triggers is going to be a foxy 65-year-old in a sundress. We know what he thinks about the elder women and a nice sunny day. A nice 65-year-old bosomy lady in a nice sundress. I bet he runs and just cranks it immediately. I mean, I'm getting. It sounds nice. It sounds nice. I mean, 65 isn't what it used to be. So,
all right. Well, that's interesting because I went a different route with the triggers. I didn't go for the arousals, but
there's all kinds of triggers.
Yeah, I guess that's yeah. Okay, so you think the 65? Or you think just 50 and over? Or you think 90 at this point? I don't know.
No, it can't be 90. 90 is too much. I mean, it's got to be a foxy 65-year-old. Like, it can't be like just like it can't be a nice 65-year-old. It's got to be a foxy, bosomy 65-year-old on a perfect summer day in a sundress.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I mean, to be honest, that's not bad. That's not a bad pick. You think he's giving Harry those old magazines or what?
If Gus had anything to do with it, yeah, he would have already given them to him.
Oh, Gus, that perverted bastard. Yep. All right, I'll jump right into my first pick. And this is like, I don't even like saying it because it triggers me too. And it's feet. It's feet.
Yeah, I'm not a feet guy. Never have been.
It's just, I just don't even like when it comes up. I don't even like saying the word. But that triggers him a lot. He banned open toe sandals at all of his live events.
As he should.
That goes to show. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Dude, I know. People who have foot fetishes, I just don't understand. Like, obviously they have it good because like nobody covers their feet. Like if they're out, like people just don't. So you can look at all the feet. But it's like I don't understand it. Like what can a foot do for you that like a hand can't or anything else except for? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
There's some sick puppies out there. And I will say it was, my brother and I was saying this when we were at the Bio Dude's house, the cornhole thing. And we were just like, nobody has sandals on here. And it's just funny. It was like the dead of summer and we were right on the beach and everyone's just got sneakers on. It's just
people want to stay at the show. They don't want to get kicked out. You never know if Kurt's going to show up. I mean, obviously probably not at Bio Dude's. That was a great time though. Bio Dude is a pretty sweet house. He has a very cool house.
Yeah, that was a great setup. Bio Dude's a man, even though he didn't remember me at all on Twitter 2 days ago. But that's okay, Bio Dude. I forgive you.
He was stunned. We were getting high as soon as we got there.
Yeah, you were the first person I saw, and you were ripping a fucking pre-rolled joint or something.
Freaking Subaru Steve kept walking up to me with lit joints and just handing them to me and then walking away and then just disappearing into a crowd of people. So I was just standing there like he did it like 3 or 4 times in a row. I had to go up to him and be like, Steve, please stop handing me these joints. I'm so high. You got to go away.
Yeah, I would have been out of my mind if I indulged in any of that because I didn't. This is the first time I met any of you guys, and we don't have to get into all this again. But
yeah. All right.
That was like my first introduction to the Minifan world. So, all right.
All right. My number two is going to be Craig Oconee. Craig Oconee, the producer for Blind Mike and Jerry. I understand where Kirk is coming from because Craig is so pink and so gay that it honestly hurts me to even say his name. It's tough to watch the Very Good Show, which comes out Mondays and Wednesdays on their Patreon.
That's
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Pick, dude.
But
well done.
Yeah, Craig's gross.
That wasn't even on my list, and that is something I didn't think about at all. And that triggers him a lot, and I don't know why. It makes no sense. It's like you. It's like you're almost in that category too. Weirdly,
don't put me with Craig, man. There's a lot of
no. I don't know, but I like Craig though. Craig's a nice guy.
Dude,
Craig doesn't deserve this hate.
If he wasn't as pink and if he wasn't as gay, I would like him a lot more. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's true. And
But
shout out those
BGS,
BGS guys.
BGS, yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays on their Patreon. So check it out.
Did he pay you for that pick?
No, it's just a good pick.
Yeah, it is a good pick. I think recently you could tell when he mentions Craig in the show, and he's like, every single time, without a doubt, he's always like, I just don't like the guy. I just kind of hate him. And Mike's always like, well, why? And there's never an answer.
Well, he's just like, he just sucks. And Mike's like, yeah, I get it. So.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Sorry, Craig, you went second.
First is the worst, second is the best. That's a good place to be.
Okay, well, I'll follow that up with one better. And there's none better than Jerry Callahan.
Jerry, yeah, hey, the dynamic duo that probably would have beat Steve and Kirk in that poll all those years ago is definitely Craig and Jerry.
How did you miss on Jerry? You picked his fucking stupid producer who literally is so innocent on everything, but Kirk just hates for no reason.
Oh man, the Jerry's a good one. I didn't have Jerry on my list at all, not even in the honorable mentions. So that was a good pick. I missed him completely.
Yeah, after the last spat where Kirk said Jerry was dead to him.
Yeah, that's a
big one. The next day he's still doing the Jerry impression, and he says he muted Jerry. I don't know if that's true or not, but he still brings up Jerry tweets, and Jerry comes up all the time. He loves Jerry. He can't get enough of Jerry, and
I don't know if he loves him, but he likes doing the voice. The voice is fun. The voice is good. It's good. Yeah. I'm not that good at it, but it's a good voice.
I'm on me to try, but it's Jerry is just one thing that like Kirk can't shake. He can't. And he's gonna.
Well, he's his partner for forever. I mean, for a long time.
I know, and if you listen to old clips too, they were very close, and Kirk did love like digging into him, and Jerry loved digging into him too, and they spent a lot of time together. But now it's Jerry's just gone full rogue of being a fucking right-wing lunatic, and Kirk takes pride in what he's created here. So
yeah, it is what it is. Things happen. Yep. People change and move on.
It'll be interesting to see if they ever talk again, though. What do you think the odds are on that?
I'd say they talk again eventually, probably.
Yeah. So what do you think the odds are, though? Like 50%?
No, I'd say it's almost. I mean, not like maybe Kirk's not going to reach out like next week, but eventually, like years and years, maybe Jerry will reach out to Kirk, or maybe they'll run into each other somewhere. But no,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Kirk's a strong dude. He said he was dead to him. And,
that's true. I mean, he can hold a grudge like nobody's business.
Yeah, I mean, his former brother, he said that's pretty much never going to happen again. So I don't know. Yeah. Could be lighter with Jerry, but anyway,
we'll see. But all right, next one, I'm gonna go with wearing pajamas and getting food instead of going to get the cable to do the podcast with, because that was a massive trigger and pretty much maybe ruined a relationship.
Oh, that was such a fucking funny episode, dude. Oh,
it was great so pick. Good.
That's outside the box.
It was like 6 o'clock or something, like when he had the pajamas on, like not even a good hour, like not even like 9:30. When it's dark, it's got to be dark, and then you put on your pajamas in front of your boss, but not until then.
Your sweats and your socks, sweats and socks, Steve.
Just ordering shitty takeout in like some piece of shit South Carolina city town.
And then it was so funny at like the end of that, Mike was like, "So how are the tacos or whatever?" And Steve goes, "They're okay." And Kirk goes, "Shut the fuck up, Mike."
Oh man.
Oh, that's a great pick. That was an interesting time in that relationship too, because there was turmoil internally.
Yeah.
I know they respected each other and stuff, but I think they were just burnt out and they were working their asses off. So I think Kirk was kind of on edge in that regard.
Yeah, going to South Carolina so much and going back up and still doing the show, but doing 2 shows at the same time. I mean, that was a lot. And
especially with shitty audio. Yeah.
Yeah.
He hated that.
I'm sure it was fun though. I'm sure they had a good time.
Oh, definitely. Going to Mailer's house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like going to your best friend's house.
All right, what you got? Number 3.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna see. I think. All right. I'm gonna go with pissing in a bottle during the show.
That's a big trigger. Kirk is definitely a clean guy. He doesn't want to be around any loose urine, I'm sure. Especially Steve's urine.
Yeah, that was all time too. Because it was like he goes in, like talks to Steve after the show, and he sees just a bottle of yellow liquid, and he's like, "What the fuck? Is that piss?" And he's like, "Yeah. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be?"
Steve is just doing it so casually, like the super drunk guy at the bar ordering a drink, but he's also pissing on the bottom of the bar, thinking that he's slick.
I can't even fathom like how Steve could do that while in conversation during the show. It's like that. I get, I don't get pee scared, but like in
I don't
pissing
think
in bottles during a live show, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could piss right now while we were even just talking. No.
Yeah,
Props
absolutely.
To Steve. Steve's a strong-willed guy.
He really is.
He's a man of conviction.
You think he was so scared of Kirk then that he couldn't just be like, "Hey, can I please take a piss in the bathroom right next door?"
He always say he would drink too much coffee coming in. Then you got to piss like a racehorse after some coffee.
Oh yeah, for sure. You think he was doing that daily?
No, you can't do that daily. That's like a special kind of thing. That's like once every 2 weeks is pushing it. Maybe once a month, like if it comes down to it. But I don't know. You can't do it. You can't do that daily. You'll get caught.
I love the fact of him like training his brain to like have to piss in this certain bottle every single day during the show.
He ends up like red at the end of Shawshank Redemption when he's done with the shows. He can't piss. He's having to ask if he can go piss, but there's no bottle there. He just hangs himself, and that's the end of Steve.
Yeah, exactly. He can only piss in bottles.
Yeah.
His
wife divorces him. The dog runs away.
Just frightens him. That's great.
Oh man.
All right, so that's my 3, and we got one more each.
Number 4. This is a good one. I'm just gonna go. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with the one that really started it all. I'm gonna go with
I know you do.
Untruthful messages to sponsors through email. Saying that they're sponsoring a transgender or transphobe and racist and all that.
So I didn't think you were doing that.
Oh yeah, messages to sponsors, because that's the one that got it. That is partly why me and you were even talking, Ron.
Is that the sock company you're talking about?
I'm just talking about.
Or are you just talking about Murchison in general?
Murchison. Hey, Murchison, if you're watching this, you lost. Sucks.
Oh yeah. On a 0.01% chance Murchison is listening to this.
I think it's probably been less than that.
Fuck yourself.
The ultimate trigger.
That is the ultimate. Can't argue that. Yeah, I mean it's literally made the show what it is. Without that, Kirk would still be a DEI. And
maybe, but he certainly wouldn't have been doing this the last 4 years. And
what? You just broke up. Sorry.
I was just saying he certainly wouldn't have been doing this for the last 4 years. So
hell no. Yeah, no. I always wanted Kirk to Barstool anyway. So thank you, Bob. It all worked out. And it's funny. Do you think that he still reaches out or listens?
I don't know. The Kirk talked about it the other day. He said that Bob is like he's not truthful, but he's not an idiot. So he knows that he can't really get Kirk anymore. So maybe, I mean, odds are he probably became a pretty big Minna fan and probably still listens, but he may not go after Kirk anymore. But no, I think Murchison is probably a Minna fan. He's probably profound Kirk on Twitter.
Oh, could be. But, that episode where he had Reamer on and they called him.
Yeah.
I was so pumped when he answered. And he just like sounded so aloof and like just totally like out of the picture. Where it was like, all right, Bob, we know you know more than you're leading on. And he was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And Kirk was like kind of playful with him. He was like kind of like trying to like be nostalgic with him.
It'd be so interesting if they could ever just get together and record it. It would probably be the most interesting thing you could ever listen to.
Oh, it would be the most top listened to thing ever. But, he's done so much damage to Kirk's mental health in his life and his career.
Yeah, but the career is way better than ever. I mean,
we're correct. Yeah. So
we're golden age here. So thank you.
Yeah. It ultimately
All right, whatever. Fuck Bob. What do you got number 4?
No, I'm not done with Bob. Bob,
Fuck
listen.
Bob.
All right, number 4. I will go with. Oh, I kind of gave all my good ones away now, so now it's. I'll go with any producer doing anything extracurricular that takes away from the job at hand, aka going to Maddie in the Morning live shows at the Wilbur.
That's a good one.
Things at that end.
That's a good one. Steve had his classic. What is it? Not vacation, but it's after the wedding, whatever it is.
Yeah, his honeymoon. Yeah,
his honeymoon.
he
Yeah,
took fucking 6 weeks off
the
right when he
honeymoon.
started.
The Dave, that time he went to that wedding, the weekend wedding, and he had to go on like Tuesday for some reason.
Oh, the gay wedding?
No, there was another wedding that it was like a family wedding that was on like a Saturday, and Dave had to get up there on like a Tuesday or Wednesday and miss some
Oh
shows.
yeah, and then he shot up and did the mini golf thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hits.
Yeah.
Those were
the
dead.
hits. Anything that the producers can't have any fun like on their own during showtime when there's work to be done. And if it's made public, you're going to get shit on.
That's right.
And
Steve didn't write any books when he was producer.
No, he didn't. He gave that up right before.
yeah. That was a good one. That was a solid list you got there.
Yes, thank you. So is that all 8 right there?
That's all 8. If you're still listening, wow, thanks. Tell us what you think about the 8.
But can we do some what do you
honorable
call it?
mentions?
Honorable mentions?
Yeah. I got a list. All right, honorable mentions. First one, because you made me hit on it first, would just be absolutely sucking, because that'll just get you called out on a nice Saturday afternoon if you absolutely suck on Twitter to like 100,000 people. And number 2 is Woe Is Me, which Mike had from the very beginning. Number 3 is going to be inconsistency. Obviously, that's really the number 1. That should have gone.
You don't have to number these though. These are all.
Yeah. Live, and then live events. Lisa, not being able to run, small screens. Thinking of the show as a
that would have been great. Small screens would have been great, dude.
Small screens,
plug that in there.
There
were more than I thought about. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a lot. What else you got?
I got room temperature. Has to be 68. Odd numbers. Sensitivity. Hypocrites. Dozen trivia teammates. Loyalty. And soldiers out of line. Yeah.
That's right. Well, there you have it, folks. Let's do it. Did you write yours down this week? We can do a rundown of what they were.
I sure did.
I had a foxy 65-year-old in a sundress. Craig, the fat gay retard. Wearing pajamas instead of getting a cable, and ordering food, and sending messages to the sponsors.
Wow. Not a bad list. I will say Craig is just he's going to be he's walking off the stage now fucking fist pumping. Like, how the fuck did Craig Oconee make this list? I don't know, man.
He's a great pick.
Yeah. We'll see. So hopefully we can get a poll out for this. I don't know. I don't care if fucking 5 people vote, but we'll see what the mass thinks. But all right, so I got feet, number 1. I got Jerry Callahan, number 2. I got pissing in a bottle during the show, number 3. And I got any producer doing anything extracurricular that takes away from the job at hand at number 4.
Beautiful.
So that is our show.
We'll be back next week. Maybe with Sig, maybe not with Sig. Tune in to find out.
Ooh, maybe with another guest too that hasn't been discussed yet.
Could literally be anybody.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.